Hi all, welcome back to more Redvers Reverse. This is my part 5, about to start turn 4. So yeah, this following day from the previous record done. Now I was watching back part 2 there and I seem to realise something, and then as things move on, forget about that something that I've realised. So it's possible I may have blundered with this, and it's regarding this Bohr plot chart. I was watching back in this area because I didn't quite understand this at first, and well, a couple of things come to mind. Something else as well. It says start with the closest area. However, first of all, it's got conditions. It's got the asterisks, and I read this out, and it says if there is more than one area with the same condition, those with the most British stacking points have precedence. Well, I don't think I considered that when we... I think once I get through watching part 3 back, or maybe 4, I'm going to see an issue with that. The other thing, while I'm there, it says to start with the closest area, and I was like, well, it's obviously got to be... They're all going to be the closest area because they're all one area away. However, I did realise one thing. One thing was, if it's artillery, it could be 1, 2 or 3 areas away. So, fair enough, that would target the closest area. However, this could also mean units in the same area. So, if it was in the same area as them, or one area away, obviously they would target the units in the same area first. And this is where you're putting your plot markers down to decide. And that's why extra and closest area, I thought, what does that mean? That's why I mean it's extra plot markers. So you start with the closest area, put your plot markers down, and then you do an equal number in each area, and then any extra go in the closest area. There could be some times when you've got leftovers that are both in the closest area. My guess would be you just randomise. However, this bit down the bottom is important, and I may have missed this. I think I may have missed this when this unit fired, because I do recall us considering this to be the target. And I'm starting to wonder if I randomised evenly between this, and this. And that wouldn't fit, because again the conditions are, hang on though. Yeah, I think that's right. So let's consider right now if this unit was wanting to fire, okay? And the first thing we look at is the Bohr zone chart to find out which area it wants to prioritise, right? Now, there's none in priority 1, all the 5 areas adjacent to the red map edge, out of the 3 targets. Without going back to the map and looking, there's none of them. There's none in priority 2, which are all areas not adjacent to the red map edge, but north of the river, and then all drifts and bridges as well. So there's none of the 3 areas that match that priority. They all match that priority. So I think what I've then done is thought, these are all even now. Between the 3 areas, it's random. It's straight up random, evenly randomised between the 3 areas. However, then if you move to the Bohr plot chart, just looking up at the firing procedure there again, refer to the Bohr zone chart to determine the zone. So the zone is south of the river. So in actual fact, that's not finding the area, is it? That's finding the zone. Right? That's finding the zone. That's not exactly pinpointing the area. I mean, yes, I know that there's going to be multiple areas and we've got to plot different plot markers in them or whatever, but that's when this bit comes in, because it then says refer to the Bohr plot chart and place the plot markers in target areas of the zone. So we start with the closest area, we put an equal number in each area, and then we put any extra in the closest area. However, if there is more than one area with the same condition, those with the most British stacking points have precedence. Yeah, that's quite clear, Grant. So whereas what I thought I'd done was, let's do it properly, right? Well, do them face up. What I think I'd done in this situation, now I might not have, it might have been these were targeted, because there was other units able to fire, wasn't there? And remember, once is a multiple fire. In fact, I get the feeling that this guy had only this as a target, because this had a multiple fire marker in it, and this had a multiple fire marker in it, so I think I've got away with that. But let's just say we're looking at this guy just now, and there's no multiple fire, so he knows that the zone he's looking is south of the river, because there's nothing north of the river, and there's nothing up beside the red map edge, right? So now we go into the bore plot chart. Now, before looking at conditions in the asterisks, and this is what I would have done, we start with the closest area. They're all as close, right? So we put an equal number in each area. So I'll put 2 in that area, 2 in that area, and 2 in that area. You're meant to just randomise these out, but you can see a dice roll surely does the same thing, and then you're not having to mess about with the counters. I think in this situation it's easier. So that would have been the way I would have done it. But however, that would have been wrong, because the wee asterisk tells you that if there is more than one area with the same condition, these are all the same condition, they're all as close, right? It says those with the most British stacking points have precedence. So this has a 2, 4, 6, 8 stacking points. This has 2, 4, 6, 8 stacking points. This has only 2 stacking points. Artillery only counts as 1 stacking point. So in actual fact, what should happen, I think, is that should get 3 plot markers and that should get 3 plot markers. Right? That's what I think should happen. Now, I didn't pick up on that. If anybody believes that's not right, please let me know, because that's quite important, that one. It sort of makes sense, although, I was worried about them firing on my artillery, because 1 hit to the artillery is elimination. So you don't really want to get your artillery into a position that is adjacent to bore rifle fire if you can help it. However, I just followed a historical objective with them, but I can actually see where it would probably be a better idea to actually give them another objective to move away from being adjacent to this guy. But then again, once the bore units start moving, they might move adjacent to the artillery anyway. So, however, that's my belief is how that should have been. I don't think I was reading that right at first. And yes, okay. Right, let's press on. I don't have a lot of time at the moment. I reckon I'll get this a wee part done here, and then later on I might get another part. I'm a bit busier today. Although I have started moving things along with the Mediterranean scenario for unconditional surrender across there as well. So it may depend on how I feel when I come up the stairs and decide what I'm going to have a shot of. Okay, right, let's move on with this. Right, I know I'm up here at the sequence of play again. Said I wasn't going to start going through it, but to be honest, I need to keep myself going through it some as well. It takes me a few seconds to move and adjust the camera. It's what probably adds to all the extra time that's maybe not required in these videos, but anyway, that's the way I do it. Right, British event segment. Well, yeah, that's quite handy, because I just zoom out, draw a chit out of this cup, and we'll have a look at it. Then we might have to go and look at what it's going to do. So here we are. Right, drift. Ooh, that could be really good. That could be really good. My thinking on that is we just remove a drift marker that we're in an area that's adjacent to, but let's go and just double check the events. Right, so drift, there's only 2 chits in the cup for this. If a British unit is in an area boarding a drift area, then the drift is found. Remove the drift marker and the chit from play. Oh, we remove the chit. If there is no such unit in such position, nothing happens, and return the chit to the cup. Oh, it's a bit of a shame the chit's getting removed from play. Well, there is another one in there still. So that's really good. So we're basically just removing the drift marker without even having to check it and roll for it. And if you remember, recently I found out that if we try and move on to a drift and we don't succeed, it removes our objective marker, and then we've got to set up new objectives, and we've got to make sure Boer's going to be quite close, or we're maybe not going to see the objective for a while, or it's maybe going to fail. And so this is good, yeah. So we have choices here, and right away my feeling is this one. Oh no, we can't move that one because he's not in the area. Damn. Oh well, okay. Because there's another area splitting that, so we need to be in this area. I did say that, didn't I? If a British unit is in an area bordering a drift area. Yeah, so no. So we've got 2 choices, I think. Yeah. We've got this one here, or this one here. That's a bit annoying, actually, because I think these guys can just go across this bridge into there. Now, whether they're going to do that or not, I don't know. I mean, I've got to give them... Well, actually, hold on, Grant. You don't need to give them an order. You can move 3 of them into there, and leave one, as long as you leave one beside the actual leader can't move because he's not got an objective, but these can move as long as they stay one adjacent. Now, you need to move onto the bridge first, and that's the same with the drift. If we remove this drift marker, we need to move onto there first, and then move into there. And there's a negative to that as well. We drop in a morale step when we move in, I think. We'll need to study that a bit more carefully. Right, the railway bridge is not in use though. So in actual fact, this is probably the more important. Well, is it? I don't know. I feel like this one, I mean, these artillery aren't going to move into there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of feel like this one. It's not that clear, that is it? Yeah, I'm gonna go for that one. That's the one that because then these guys could cross into here. Well, go into that drift. Whether they want to do that or whether they want to... I mean, we might not be so bothered about this guy, although he's managed to stay hidden still, hasn't he? Both times he tried to fire, he got a -2 SP chip. And we rightly found out that because he couldn't actually hit, he doesn't take the shot and he stays hidden. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go for this one. So I don't know if I'm allowed to look at that or not, so I'll not. I'll just pile it with the other drift markers. And then this did say it gets set aside, gets removed from the game. So, but there is another one in the event cup. So, right, okay, moving on. British command point segment. If Bueller with HQ operative, it actually is, so he's going to get 3 command points. Okay, so I'm just going to skip on by that bit. He's going to get 3 command points. I'm going to get them ready. I'll just take 3 ones so we can do it individually. And then, so moving on to the British send order segment, use long to place an objective marker in an area. Use 1 CP for to place a planned objective marker in an area. Roll in the British send orders. If order arrives, place the objective marker on the turn status track. Order lost, remove planned objective marker. Repeat for each order sent. Right, so Bueller's got, he is beside the HQ, it is in operative mode, so he gets 3 commands. And where is long? Yeah, we moved along into here. Yeah, and the fear that these might have took morale hits and maybe been able to recover. Well, actually, no, because if you take rifle fire, you're going to take a step loss. That's not any good, actually, is it? If they take artillery fire, Yes, but if they take rifle fire, he's not going to be any good, because if one of them take an SP loss, it's eliminated. So your thinking wasn't very clever there, Grant. It's only if they were to take shell fire. And I want to say that they're probably not, or maybe they are. Are they in range of that? 1, 2, yeah, they are. They're in range of the one in Colenso copies. I suppose there is that. Well, I mean, this is an opportunity to maybe move. And you know what? That's not a... Well, I was going to say move it into here, but we're moving this naval artillery section's moving into there, so... and it is kind of better having them there, because they can fire into there, but they can also fire into there, and they can also fire into there. So it is a good place to keep them. I think we'll just take our chances with them, and hopefully we can deal with this sometime soon and then take that threat away. So is Long better elsewhere then, maybe? Well, no, because like I've said, they could be the target of artillery fire, could get a disrupted or suppressed result, and then that will give them a bonus to the recovery attempt with that. Yeah, okay. So I think I'll maybe just leave. I'll maybe not give any orders out then. Yeah, he would have to give the order to these guys, wouldn't he? Yeah, let's not bother with that. So, well, do we have anything to do with the other? These are all the orders that... These are all the ones that don't have objectives set still. But mind you can change ones that are already set. I don't think I want to do that though. The 2 artillery brigades, I think, are sitting in okay positions for now anyway. In actual fact, Boer's going to be quite far away from anybody to give them different orders. 5th objective's up there. What about the 2nd English then? Yeah, this is the one that you might want to consider, isn't it? Now that we've removed that drift, should we try and move into that wagon drift? Well, to be honest, not just that, shouldn't we try to move even further? You know, shouldn't we try to move from there 1, 2, 3? Is it 5 from the leader? It's not 5 from Boer, is it? It might be. Let me see. British orders. Yeah, only one order may be sent to a brigade each turn. It takes the form of designating an area, not a drift or bridge area, no further than 5 areas away from the leader. Yeah, so it's from the actual leader. I mean, I think that's within 5 of Boer anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is just, but it's only 3 away from him. So with our intention of moving into here, thing is, this order won't arrive this turn, will it? Because Boer's 2 areas away. Yeah, assuming it arrives, assuming that the order arrives, it's going to arrive on the next turn anyway. So, yeah, the problem is they're still going to keep their hidden marker, because it's going to be these guys that are going to attack. Well, you know what? No, I can't. The railway bridge is not in play. I don't think I can cross that area at all. Oh well, we'll need to just move in there and see what happens with this. With this assault, British assault. See what happens with that. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to place that there. So that's going to cost me 1 command to do that. So I'll play the other 2 commands are just going to get wasted actually. I think all the 3 artillery brigades that we've got are kind of okay where they are. You know, this one down here, this one, and then this one up here. I mean, he's also got a unit split off, which isn't a bad idea as well. Actually, that would, yeah, maybe been better if I'd had 2 of them across there and maybe try and target that. Well, I've done it now. I've got the 2 here to be, and now I need to, limber them up to move them to unlimber them again. I think that's the right way around. Right, I'll just scrap the other 2 command. You can't keep them till next turn or anything anyway, so we'll just go with that. Okay. Right, so row on the British send orders table. Oh yeah, okay, so we need to do that as well, don't we? I'll place the planned objective, and I need to roll, yeah. Yeah, so we are, the leader, Hildyard, is 2 areas away from Boer. So you can see that we need a 2 to 10. 11 or 12 is not what we want. It's orders lost. And then it would arrive on the next turn. And Hildyard's a B type, so he's got come the order time to check for it. He's got a better chance of it succeeding. Right, I've got my dice across the other table. Give me a sec. Right, so 2d6, and we're looking for not an 11 or a 12, basically. Okay, 4, that'll do. So between 2 and 10, 2 areas away, order arrives on the next turn. Okay. So the order for the second English objective is going to come on turn 5. Right, so moving on. British receive orders. Well, there's nothing on the game turn track for this turn. So we're going to skip on by that. British emergency withdrawal. And no, we need to have 25% loss. We've got one SP loss, 1 hit point on 1 unit, even though some of them are suppressed and whatever. Right, shell fire, Boer shell fire segment. Right, we need to check for that. Okay, so you've got the one here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's still out of range of everything. However, the Cleansing copies, well, we know he's in range of that. So he is 1, 2, 3 away from these, and 1, 2 away from this, and 3 away from this. 1, 2. Actually, he's got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's actually in range of this as well. So, looking at all the possibilities, just chucking a little cube in there for now, just to mark the ones that are possible targets. So again, we would, we go through the board targeting. So rather than come back to that, the zone is going to be south of the river again. Yeah, for all of them. So again, the conditions, you start with the closest area. So this is relevant then, yeah. Is that right? Even artillery fire. Although it can target up to 3 areas away. And remember, this chart up here covers both, because it talks about artillery fire there. So it then says refer to the Bone zone chart to determine the zone. We've determined the zone is south of the river. And then the Boer plot chart in target areas of the zone. And it says conditions, but you start with the closest area. Yeah. So the conditions are start with the closest area, but we're looking for the most stacking points that are closest. Right, yes. So This is only 2 areas away. This is 1, 2, 3. So that's not an option. This is 1, 2, 3. That's not an option. And this is 1, 2, 3. That. So it's going to be here. Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad I've realised that bit now, and well, hopefully that getting it right as well, because I don't think I was thinking about that way. So that is going to be, it's going to be just a single attack because it's just the one artillery unit. That other unit beside it is commandos. So single attack. Now it's targeting into Colenso. So let's look at what we're looking at firing. Right, remember it's a 2d6 roll for this one. However, the number's still the same. We want, well, a 7 or less. That's what we want. But with 2d6, it's going to be tough. So there's no multiple attack. There's not 9 or more stacking points. The SP of the unit is 3. It doesn't draw an SP counter because it's artillery. So we're looking at 3 at the moment. Doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply. And then to the British target, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, does apply, because they're in Colenso and there's no Boer units in that area. So it's a +3 with a -2. So he's getting a +1 to this. But it's a 2d6. So here we go. 7 +1 is 8. That's a pity because the 7 would have been a miss. So 7 +1 is 8 on the shellfire table. Die roll 8, so they're disrupted. Okay, that's these guys disrupted. Just looking through this, rather than go up to this chart again. If artillery fell to the shell fire, remove any hidden marker. Well, it removed it last turn. Place artillery disrupted or suppressed marker. Right, we've done that. British leader, it's only if there's an SP loss we roll on the British leader situation. And also the morale would only be on a SP loss as well. Because basically the artillery just disrupts or suppresses, doesn't it? Losses. Yeah. If SP loss, you do the leaders. If SP losses, you do the morale. Yeah, okay. So none of that happens. Then the Boer status, confidence doesn't get adjusted. Yeah. And then remove all attack markers. Yeah. So that's all that happens. They've disrupted the guys, and that's that. Right, and then the only other artillery, like I say, is up there, but it's not within range of 3. So moving back to our side of it. Now we might get a shot this time, eh? So that was Boer shellfire, Boer recovery. Sorry, none of their units need to recover. No. British shellfire. There's not any of the chits, so we're going to refer to the British side. So this time I want to say we've got units ready, haven't we? Yes, we have indeed. We've got this guy, these two guys. This is still moving, and these are still, well, sorry, these are still, what is it? These are still limbered, so they can't fire. These ones here, however, are unlimbered, ready to fire as well. So let's look at them first, since it's over this side. So we've only got a range of 2 though, so options are here, or here actually, isn't it? Well, I'm a bit concerned about this guy firing into here, because what's going to happen in the rifle fire, that 7 strength is going to check first. They're going to fire into there. The 6 is then going to not have a target. The 4 is then going to fire into there, and then the 2 is then not going to be able to target there or there, but it still can target here. So it's going to fire into there, I think. So does that mean you put... Thing is, I could split it up. I could send 1 6 that way and 1 6 that way. Well, let's quickly work out the numbers. This guy's not hidden, this guy is. So you wouldn't have multiple fire because you'd be using only just a 1 unit. So it'd be a 6. 6, and then so you'd get a -4 for that one, and you get a -2 for that one. So that would be having a 4 +4 attack in there and a +2 attack in there with 2d6 requiring an 8. It's not awful. However, I mean, to get a suppress result would be even better, Grant. But remember, this guy's going to fire on them, so you kind of want to. Yeah, that's tricky. I don't know. Don't know if I should spread the love or not, or just go for one of them. You know, best case scenario is a suppress. I'm not going to be able to suppress both of them. Well, I might if I rolled high. I suppose why not then? Because suppress gives them a -2 to their fire. It doesn't affect them when they're fired upon, unfortunately. But that would give him a -2 to firing out of there. Ooh, do I want that? Because then he's going to stay hidden. Oh, you know what? Let's just stop overthinking, Grant. I'm going to send the 63rd Field Artillery to fire into there with a single attack. And I'm going to send the 64th Field Artillery to fire in there with a single attack. Okay? And then over this side, yeah, I'm going to send the 14th Field Artillery to make a single attack here. That's 2 areas away. And then the 7th and the 66th are going to target Huang Lani with a multiple attack. Okay. Choose target area, batteries, target route to range. It's all fire in any order. Choose a bore. Place disrupted, apply SP losses, remove attack marker, and then we would check British airborne morale, and then check the British status. And then if all attack markers have been removed, return to the sequence. Yeah, okay. So that's the setup for attack. So let's just resolve this one first. So 6 strength, attacking into a unit that's, he's not hidden, but he's in, what do you call it? Emplacement. So, yeah, it's the modifiers that we need. So it's not a multiple attack. He's got a 6, doesn't apply, none of that applies. And then the only thing that applies there for the boars are they're in an area with emplacement. So it's a -2. So 6 -2 gives us a 4. And we're rolling a 2d6. And remember, we need at least an 8. So with a +4. Oh, that is 11. So 7 +4 is 11, which is exactly what we need. So he is suppressed. So that's good. I can see myself running out of these. Suppress mark. Actually, there's not stuff in the back of the counters. There's routed markers on the back of them. That's all though. That starts to worry me, that. It starts to make you think, are you doing something wrong? Okay, so it's not suppressed. It is suppressed. So he's suppressed. So that was good. And then we're going to have the 64th Artillery firing on this guy. Now he's going to get a -4 though, because he's still hidden. So it's going to be 6 -4 is a +2 to this die roll. Right, so with +2, again, we need an 8. 6 +2, that's only just, but that'll do. So 6 +2 is 8, so he is disrupted, not suppressed. That was a good result. Okay, so he's disrupted at least, so that'll help a little bit. Yeah, the only thing is, I now think he's more going to be less reluctant now to take a fire on and keep his hidden marker, because now he's got a -1 to his attack. But anyway. Right, and then these guys over here, I need to watch. This one's on a hill, which is relevant. Right, well, let's do this one first. So the 14th Field Artillery with a single attack in here, into this area. So it's into the area, it'll hit them both. So these are not hidden, but they're in emplacements. Now they are also, what are they in? What is that terrain? That's rough terrain. I don't think that does anything. Brush or hill is the ones that do things, which is going to be relevant to this one. This is in a hill, or on a hill, should I say. So yeah, it's not, the Fort Wiley bit is relevant to when we're targeted if we were in that area, so it's not relevant to the Boers, I don't think. Okay, so I think it's going to be a 6, and it's just going to be a -2, so I think we're going to have a 4, +4 to that. Yeah, and just a quick glance at the modifiers. So it's +4 and -2 for the emplacement. And like I say, you can see the -1 extra there for in a brush or hill, which will apply to this next attack. Right, so with a +4, there we go. Oh, that'll do. So 10 + 4 is 14, so he's going to be suppressed. And should I say they're going to be suppressed? Yeah, we do have a lot of these markers getting used. I suppose I could save one by just putting it over the 2 of them there maybe, but we'll see. We've got a few left, but not that many. Right, and then finally, this one. Now this is going to be a multiple attack because we've got 2 units attacking. And it's into a hill. Oh, they're hidden as well. So they're hidden in an emplacement on a hill. Okay. However, we are getting the extra +1 for being multiple. So it's a multiple attack +1. The actual strength of the unit is 6. So that's 7 we were sitting at. And then the Boer target is not routed. It's not in a drift or bridge. He is in a hill, so that 7 goes down to a 6. He is in emplacement, that 6 goes down to a 4, and he is hidden, that 4 goes down to a 2. So there, it is just a +2 to this one. Well, that'll do. 7 + 2, it would have been nice to have seen it suppressed. 7 + 2 is 9, so they are disrupted. So we'll take that. I think that was good results. Alright, so both the guys are disrupted. Which I'm sure helps. I get the feeling it must help a bit better if you get in on them. Get into assault. Mind you, I think you use the same modifiers. But the modifiers are good because it's -1 for a unit firing if he's disrupted, and it's a -2 for a unit firing if he's suppressed. So. Okay, so that was the British shell fire. Just swing along there. 38 minutes. Yeah, I should be able to get through this, although there's going to be some rifle fires now. Oh, and some movement. So, are we back? Is that us out the firing phase? Yeah. Well, what we've got to do is remove the attack markers. So I will grab the 4 attack markers. And we can move back onto the sequence of play. Boer morale. Yeah, we'd only roll on the morale table if they'd taken step losses. Because this was artillery fire, they've already been disrupted, suppressed, etc. Yeah, that'll be the same, won't it? Boer morale will only be if they take a step loss. Be the same as the British, surely. So there's British morale, where's Boer morale? Boer losses, Boer morale. If SP losses are applied, yeah, okay. So yeah, it's as I thought. Right, moving on. So movement, there's nothing routed. We can move everybody and move HQ, Bjort and Long. If reach objective, remove it. Unit exits. See, it says there, if unit exits drift area, reduce morale marker 1 level. So that's the downside to that. Well, we might actually be seeing some of this. So, right, let's go and have a look. Right, what I'm actually thinking here is this is going to be a bit of a procedure. I kind of need to take a break. So I think what I'll do is I'll maybe just cut the video there with a shortish part and come back later and finish the turn, because we're going to have a bit to do in movement and rifle fire as well. Yeah, I think I'd rather do that. I'll be more relaxed as well, because I do need to sort of take a break, and there's a few things I need to do, and I'm better just getting them out of the way. So I will do that. I'll just stop the video here, and I'll come back with the next part sometime later today. Okay, cheers.